In the interest of maximizing our time and respecting everyone else's, we're going to go ahead and get started with our lunch sponsor, Lisa from Armadillo.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Great to be with you. I love it. Real quickly, I'm Lisa Bass with Armadillo. Armadillo is a home warranty company. My background is real estate. I got my license back in '92 and did a lot of general brokerage. And then I did about 7 years of new construction and then some deep dive housing data with Zonda. In the last 12 years, home warranty. The reason I got involved in home warranty in the first place is because when I was a general brokerage agent, that is what I purchased for my buyers. I thought great liability protection for them, also for me. So I've just been a proponent for it ever since then. But I was looking for something that was a little bit different than I found it in Armadillo. Armadillo is the first company that I've worked with that allows you clients to use their own contractors. That makes the cost mitigation great, but also the process. You get somebody in their home that they trust, and they get someone quickly, an emergency, they can get someone out and be covered with their warranty. So I just wanted to be with you today and let you know that I'm here for you. I'm a great resource. I'm really responsive because having been in real estate before, I understand what your day brings and how many things that you multitask in a day. So being responsive is important. I have realtors texting me at 10 o'clock at night saying, I'm writing an offer. What should I put in here for home warranty? Here's the MLS. We have this much in seller's allowance. What should I do? I'm glad to help in any way that I can. And I'd love to have coffee with you and talk to you a little bit more in detail about all the great things that Armadillo does. Thank you for how long you'd be here today with you. Okay.
Hi guys, thanks again for just having me back. Other than I'm going to let David take control of everything today. You're going to learn so much. So if you haven't yet, pull out your laptops because you'll be able to actually do some AI work on your personal book of business and your personal business profile. But I just wanted to go over some really quick things. Movement mortgage, I've mentioned this numerous times. We are an impact lender, meaning that 49% of our profit goes to building schools, underprivileged areas, also any of the charities, even locally. We've been able to help charities locally $5,000 to $10,000. Our goal is to have a school in the Triangle area. We now have, is it 5 or 6? Did we open just this? Yeah, we just opened the 5th one. And if I'm not mistaken, that was in Georgia. Right? Yes. England. So there's no way to describe it all. So I've got these really nice booklets and you guys can review later on and just learn more about what we are. We want to give back to the community. You guys are helping the community. We want to do the same. So I wanted to just bring up a couple of things today, like some of the fastest growing loan products that we have and we're seeing a lot of activity in. And before we start with that, is there anyone that is not receiving my daily interest rate notifications? If not, please let me know and I will add you to that. It's the national average, but you will be able to see the activity and how the market is. Okay. So with also one of the biggest growing loan products, the non-conforming loan product, your DSCR, which is debt service coverage ratio for your investors. It allows them to buy and have it titled an LLC. Another one is going to be your asset guarantee loan. We used to call it asset depletion, and not always some is so negative, but the asset guarantee loan, which we can use a percentage of their assets as income. And that is one of the programs we will average that over a 5-year period. And that just means that that's the income we'll use for the qualified. So they're not really having to liquidate or take any money out of their investments to necessarily make the payments for qualifying purposes. Another one is going to be our construction to perm loans. That is one of our fastest growing products now. We want to be able to help the builders where if they have a pre-sale, they can actually have the customer take out the construction loan and leaves their line of credit free to them to be able to draw anytime. So if they have this opportunity to buy land or so forth, they have their money freed up for that. And the borrower can take out the construction loan. We'll do it with a 10% down payment. I just closed one last month and it was actually with AJ. So, it went really well. We do vet the builder, but that only takes like 2 or 3 days. And when I say simplicity of this product, it's simplicity because I have worked in construction firms since the 90s. And what we used to put builders through to be approved so their customer could get the construction loan was unbelievable. But here, no, it's really simple. It's simplified. So we want to go with simplified. So I'm not going to talk too much about the non-QM loans, non-qualifying mortgages. That means any mortgages that are not FHA, VA, conventional, any or USDA. We are needing these products in 2024. 12 to 15% of funded mortgages, which is $1.79 trillion, was non-conforming mortgage. Non-qualifying mortgages. It's so hard. We always use acronym 9QM. So if you're going to say 9QM, you know what I'm talking about. Last year, Movement did 4.8% of our business, which is $995 million in non-QM products. What we're expecting now, I did some research for what our area is, Johnson County, Wake County, and in the next 5 years, we anticipate that non-QM products are going to be 8 to 10% of your business. So that's billions of dollars at that point. Now, what that means is if you have a team, like you guys have a team, and we're just saying combine all of the teams together, and if you go to close 400 units of sales in a year, just use 10% of that. So that means 40 of your customers are actually looking for non-qualifying mortgages. And so always keep that in mind. So we really need to start using these products for your customers. It makes it easier. Sometimes the pricing is a little bit better. It doesn't have to be. That's a higher interest rates, higher down payments in all scenarios. The one great thing about Movement, this is part of an extension of our loan products. It's not a brokered loan. It's an extension of the loan products that we offer. That means a lot of savings to your customers as well. So keep that in mind. And I will turn this over to David Colgan. And no one can introduce David any better than David. So I'm going to let David introduce himself. I have attended this class. It is absolutely awesome. Please connect with it. And I know you guys are recorded, so be sure to check out the recording. And I haven't met some of you guys. Go ahead.
I feel like I can introduce David better than David.
Make things up.
I'm just kidding. We've known each other how long? I mean, it's going on 15 years at least.
Say 15.
I feel like we're OGs in the business, like around before the recession, through the recession, hung in tight. David isn't not just an incredible lender, knows all things with regards to mortgage. I mean, he's higher up in Movement now, but you also hike mountains for fun and run hundreds of miles for no reason.
No one ever like blamed me of being smart. That is.
But I would like for you to talk just a little bit about that because I know you've had your own like personal development journey that I feel like we can never learn enough about personal and professional development. So all that to say, David Colgan, I'm known for it.
I think she just called me old. Did you guys?
We are old.
Yeah, I know.
We're old industry here.
Every time I wake up and try to get out of bed, it's like, oh God, I gotta warm up. All right, so I will leave a little bit of that in, just,
Okay.
but I want to get to what you guys I think are here for. I just besides Sherry and Lisa, did anyone else come to hear me speak about me? Well, then I guess I'll have to wait. So just to give a little bit of personal and professional background about me, and I promise you we're going to get into some really like eye-opening stuff. But before I listen to anybody, before I take advice from someone, I always try to measure what their experience is and what their credibility level is. And so I'm going to do my best in the next like 90 seconds to impress you. And perhaps it will work and perhaps it will not. But it will at least give you perspective on what I like how I see the world and what my background is. So I think would you guys agree that like your personal experiences influence your professional life? Would you agree with that position?
Yeah.
So I'm a very consistent person, and that can be sometimes not super sexy, but it can be very successful if you maintain that consistency over a long period of time. It can also be a detriment if you're consistently bad at something or just inept or apathetic about a thing. It can be consistently bad. It can sad. So to kind of prove this point, on a personal level, my wife and I have been married 22 years. We met in 8th grade. We started dating in 10th grade, and we've been together ever since. So
Wow.
that's the boring life that I've lived on that side of things. Our son is he'll be 21 in December. He's a junior at App State. And I just crazy seeing Abby walking into
And I-
actually humans.
An adult,
None of this makes sense.
right?
But our daughter is she's 17 and she's turning 18 in December, and she's a senior in high school. I've only ever been in the mortgage business. This is the only industry I've ever been in. Last month was 25 years that I've been in the mortgage industry. And through the course of that experience professionally, I've done many different things. I've worn many different hats, so to speak. But the thing that kind of brought me the most amount of network and credibility was the time when I was a producing loan officer, which is what Lisa does right now. That is the hardest job in the mortgage business. Being it like you guys are out there actively trying to represent buyers and sellers, acquire new leads, get those deals closed. That's what I did for 18 of 25 years that I've been in the business. And now my job is to serve people like Lisa and Sherry. And if those of you who don't know Sherry, Sherry's our April. She is our area manager. She's our fearless leader, and I am basically their assistant. That's what my job it consists of these days. And I've got 200 mortgage professionals across a couple of different states that I support. Our region closes about $2 billion in mortgages every year. And so that's what my experience brings when I start these conversations. Okay. So I say all this to give you some perspective. I'm not an AI coach. I'm not a professional speaker. I don't have any packages to sell you. Like, you can take all of the defenses down because I am just doing what you guys do. To that point, my wife and I, we've been together since we were literally kids. And about 8 or 9 years ago, she actually got her real estate license. And the intention was, I want to be PTA president. I want to be super mom. And then I'll like service friends and family when needed. But through some of the things that I'm going to show you over the last 2 years, I've been able to help amplify her efforts and give her some more time back. And so the way that I approach these AI workshops and these conversations is, as a busy professional myself who is focused on personal passions and things that I want to pursue outside of work, but also I want to be really, really diligent during the time that I'm working. How do I maximize that? And how do I amplify those efforts so that that's a self-perpetuating machine? That makes sense?
Mhm.
So that's kind of that's the goal. And my desire today is I want to give you guys layups that you can immediately plug into your business without missing the shot. I want to give you stuff that's like, some of this stuff is going to be revelatory to you. Some of the things that I'll show, some of you are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that that's even real. And some of the things are like, I can't believe that I wasn't doing this before. And that's where I lean on this, because the reason I tell you guys bring your laptops, and you'll note I don't have a PowerPoint presentation. I've done at this point over 100 of these. I've got like 9 next week in different states for different realtor associations. I don't do any of these with a prepackaged plan, because I come into each room, I ask a couple of questions. These are not rhetorical questions. I need feedback from you guys. And based on that feedback, that will be what I show. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So this whole thing is very collaborative. I do need your help. You're only going to get out of this what you give me, and I'm going to have fun no matter what. So now it's up to you. You get to have fun with me if you want to play along. But I do think you're going to have a lot of expertise when we're done with this that you might not have had when we started. Cool. All right. Are you impressed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, what's your name?
Danielle.
Thank you. All right, Danielle's impressed, and now we can start. All right, so first question: Who is using AI, or who's dabbled in some form of AI usage at this point? Okay, so I'm going to encapsulate what I think are likely the 3 most common uses, and then you tell me if I missed it. Okay, so I suspect that you guys are probably using it to help you write property descriptions. Yes. Okay. I suspect that you guys are probably using it to help you write or refine some sort of written communication, whether that's a text or an email. Yes. Okay. And then I also suspect that you guys have used it for some sort of social media content, either to write a caption, to create a flyer, to create collateral, something along those lines. Yeah. What else? What am I missing? Those are the 3 most common. Script practice. Okay. And graphics. Sure. Okay. What else? Anything else?
Or like breaking down packets, like if you have information, big packets, like the home inspection report, summarize the highlights,
Yep.
throw that sucker in there and put it all.
What's up?
And then it tells you, then you say, okay, and reference the sections of the
Yeah.
report and put the pictures in there. So
You sound like you're pretty professional.
I just play around or
I like
like just to keep asking her to do more stuff.
Yeah. Asking. Okay.
Or whatever, it's, you know,
All right.
my friend.
So, how many of you feel like you've got some level of expertise around AI? I'm not going to call you out. Is anybody feeling pretty proficient? Not yet. Okay. All right, cool. So then this helps inform where I'm going to start. So if you guys are good with it, I'm going to start a relatively base level, but I promise you it's going to stack real fast. So if you'll hang in there with me, we'll be bored for like 5 to 7 minutes, but it will be incredibly meaningful. And it's going to give you a tremendous ROI on the time you invest. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So I am really familiar with a lot of platforms. Basically, any direction you guys want to go, I can go. And if we can't get there, I'll tell you. I'm very honest and transparent about this stuff. I don't gatekeep. I'm happy to share all the things that help me. But you guys just chime in along the way and tell me if we're good, we'll skip past that, and then I can adjust accordingly. But where I want to start is asking this question. How many of you have taken the time to actually customize your AI platform choice? What's your AI platform choice? Okay. So I'm going to say on ChatGPT solely because it's the most ubiquitous. I've got familiarity with a dozen others that I can teach on too, but I bet all of you already have a ChatGPT account. Fair? Okay. Go ahead and log into it. I said at the beginning, I'll just reiterate now, if you have the app, that's the best way to navigate if you're on your phone. But so when you're starting off with this using AI, what a lot of you have experienced up to this point is you've asked it to give you something and it comes back and it feels very bland. It feels very generic. It feels very vanilla. Is that true?
Yeah.
And then you're likely going back and asking it a second time, make it more of this, make it less that, make it more professional, make it more funny. Is that an experience you guys have all had? Okay. So where I want to start is to help make your AI platform of choice, and we're going to focus on GPT. It seems like that's where you guys want to live. So we're going to focus on that. But I want to help you make it as authentic as possible, because to me, the best way to use AI is not to distinguish between what something you create or write versus what AI creates or writes. The best use of it is to make that line indistinguishable so that an outside observer doesn't know when you went to the tool to get help from. Fair? That'd be a cool outcome, right? So what we're going to do with this is we're going to build into it some of our life experiences that make us us, so that when our friends, when our family, when our database, when they see things that we're putting out there with this content, it comes through authentically. I want it to be as authentic to you as possible, and I'm going to help you do that. Cool?
Yeah.
Bottom left corner, if you guys are all on, if anyone's stuck, always feel free to raise your hand. This is super collaborative. I'm going to force you guys to talk to me, so get rid of the quietness as we go. If you're on your phone, in the top left corner, there's 2 little ellipses, 2 little lines. That's where you're going to navigate to get to the settings. Bottom left corner, if you're on the web browser, then you're going to select personalization. Okay. When we get
to have a pay for it.
don't yet, but I am going to multiple times try to help get you to pay $20 to upgrade to the Plus version. Can I scoot in here? Got it? Yep. Click that.
I'm sorry, where?
Yeah.
The bottom.
Bottom left. Click on your logo. Everybody good?
Yes.
Cool. Go.
So it's not my phone. This is what I use all the time.
Yep.
It's different than the one on my phone. I mean, I'm.
Two different.
I'm looking for that one on here, so this one is like.
Accessing that one on here or just on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna do nothing there.
That like log out.
And then focus on. Everything good?
Yeah.
All right. So let's roll through. So it's going to default to enable customization. If you accidentally deselected it, just select it back. It defaults there already. If you haven't touched it, you're good to go. GPT personality. This is for fun. This is not for content. So if you want more snark, more humor, less snark, less humor, you can make adjustments to it, but it doesn't change the content. Okay, it's just changed the way in which it sounds whenever it comes across, but it's not changing the output. Custom instructions. This one is relevant. So if you'll select any of these, and you're going to note that it takes that single word and expands it into a sentence, and it sort of gives it a more clear position. So this is where you get to make a decision. There's a couple of paths that are going to diverge as this workshop goes on. Yeah, what you got?
So on my box was setting.
Did you break it already?
Actually,
Absolutely. Just have it.
all right.
You're not in ChatGPT. This happens all the time. So there are a lot of clones that look like ChatGPT.
I think it's actually chat.openai.
That's what you want. If you don't have an account, sign up for free and then usually click Google.
Oh, it's fine.
All this time. I can't tell you how many times it's happened. All right. So when you're welcome. So when you're in custom instructions, this is the first of paths that diverge. Okay. Path one, which is the path that I choose to live on. I want to mirror who I am as much as possible when I'm customizing my GPT. Path two is I'm not really comfortable with AI and I only want to use it in very specific situations. So I want to build a version of me that's the best version of me. Okay. I don't personally, I don't ascribe to that because I use it a lot. So I need it to sound, look, feel like me. But let me give you an example of where that second path might make sense for someone. I can be a very direct person. That can be really good in a lot of settings. It can be challenging in other settings where I don't intend to be as direct as it's coming across. And so if I were on the second path, the way that I would build this out is like a fluffy teddy. And I would know that every time I need to go do something very soft, I'm going to go to the tool and I'm going to get that version of me to come through. That's your choice. I would encourage you, if you're comfortable with it, trying to replicate who you are in your best version on path one. Are you witty? Are you humorous? Are you in your best on your best day when you wake up and you got your hair did and your nails did and you got new shoes? What do you feel like when you walk out of bed? That's the kind of like what you're building out here. Make sense? Okay. So take a few minutes, fill it in. None of this is static. You can always come back and change it. So if you adjust it in the future, it's going to adjust at that moment. But go ahead and make a few choices right now. Any questions? Okay. I need a volunteer. This one's super easy. You can go ahead and get your volunteerism out of the way. We're a party. What do you do?
Okay, I'm a different person. Are we at a party at your house or are we at a networking event?
Networking event.
I'm gonna talk.
Question.
Yeah, I'm gonna find the first person I know and go meet them and have them introduce me to everybody that they know so I can meet everybody truly.
All right, cool. So what do you do? What I mean is that question is posed to you.
Mhm.
So if I don't know what you do professionally,
Sorry.
no, you're good. That's way better than I would have answered the thing. But what do you do is the question now.
I'm a real estate broker and a Johnson County commissioner. I love, creating opportunity, putting people together and being a professional matchmaker.
Sweet. Again, way better than I would have done. So what is interesting about that, a couple of things to dissect as it relates to this, is it's incredibly specific. It's specific to her profession. It's specific to locale, Johnson County, and it's specific to what her intent is. Okay. So I would encourage you guys, like I see a lot of people in this occupation put in there, I'm a real estate agent, and then they stop. Okay. So what I would encourage are three parts. What do you do? Where do you do it? And who are you serving? Those are the three components. And she answered all of those in her own way. She said, I'm a real estate agent, I'm a Johnson County commissioner, and I like doing this thing. This is the people that I serve, right? So that's what I would encourage you to look at or look like. I don't think too many of you are also Johnson County commissioners, right? Okay. So it may not be specific to you, but it would sound something like I'm a residential real estate agent serving Johnson County with first-time home buyers or all segments of the population, whatever that looks like. Okay. That will inform a lot of the content that's going to be created downstream. Cool. Questions, comments, concerns? Good. All right. And I'm walking you guys through this quickly. I know that you're not going to be able to get all of your thoughts into this at this moment. I will send a follow-up step-by-step guide on each one of these steps. So if you just want to get something started and catch up with me after, we're good. Cool. All right, next thing. This is where the magic happens. More about you. I need a different volunteer. Another easy one though. Trust me. All right, what's your name? LaShonda. Cool. Give me one thing that you think is unique to you that I would not also share.
Something unique about me?
Yeah.
Hey, sing well.
Sing well?
Yeah.
I do not sing well. So is that, do you enjoy singing?
Too much.
You enjoy music? Does that influence how you see the world, do you think? Those like lyrics that you've accumulated over time or music that inspires you? Is that something that, or am I overreaching?
I would say what more inspires me is my strong desire to just be better every day.
Okay.
Like that's really what I wake up, like, that's my mindset. I want to be better than I was yesterday.
So that is an informative explanation about who she is, what she's about, and already I can probably unpack a little bit more about you. I can make some assumptions about you and about what your pursuits are based on that. So the more about you section is where you want to take things that are unique to you, characteristics, life experiences, passions that you have. This is where you want to take a few minutes to put those things in. Let me give you a few examples of where this actually turns on. For me, you can see it, as April alluded to, I like being in the mountains. That's just like a thing that recharges me. I like the difficulty. I like the challenge of it. And so when I ask for certain content, it is often going to pull parallels from mountain writing or authors that are writing about mountains or mountain personalities, mountain climbers that have done incredible things and use that as a quote. If you asked it for a motivational quote, given your inclination towards enjoying music, perhaps it's pulling in information from a musical background and using that as a parallel. If I ask the same question, it might give me a parallel along not climbing a mountain, right? So it creates authenticity in the way that your communication is then flowing out of this. And so if you're a grandma, if you have a backyard farm, if you are somebody really passionate about deep sea fishing, all of these things are things that your network would likely know about you. You want to put those things into this section because when you're asking for content to be created on your behalf, these are things that inform you. I don't know you, but you've got a Seiko dive watch on. Were you Were you in the military?
No,
Where are you a diver?
no,
Are you an outdoorsman?
yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna get there, but the fact that you've got a Seiko dive watch on a rubber band tells
Citizen.
oh it's sits okay,
Yeah.
but it tells me on a rubber band
Yeah,
you chose that because you've got a lifestyle that like you're gonna beat stuff up and that's a protected right.
there you go.
Okay, so I don't know you, but like I know that about you now,
Yeah.
and that's something that would go into more about you. Not necessarily I got a Citizen watch on a rubber band, but I like being outdoors.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could pick all of you apart because I'm OCD and crazy, but these are things that you want to build into your chat GPT. This is where that customization really becomes aligned with who you are. Okay, questions about this?
I have a comment. There are two more things that I have.
We don't have comments allowed yet.
About you. I learned that from someone who works with ChatGPT on a daily basis. Two items to finish with. One, I took everything that you tell me. And number two, tell me if you don't know an answer.
Yeah,
Those are the two keys. So this way, if chat is confused, it will actually tell you, I'm not sure the answer.
I like that. Yeah. Good feedback. Any other comments?
I check everything.
All right, let's keep rolling. All right, so the rest of this, just leave the default settings as they are. We can get into it if anybody wants to, but I think this is sufficient for helping you guys now have a good baseline. Your GPT should be better for you now than it was when you got here if you had not done these steps. Okay, that is an absolute guarantee. All right, just to have some fun, you want to play a game real quick?
Mhm.
All right, we'll play a game and then I'll keep going on this, but this will be a fun way to kind of break up the day. All right, how many of you feel super adept at knowing the difference between AI created content and real created content?
Sora has sent me into orbit.
Yeah,
I can't
right?
deal with that. I
Crazy.
completely thought that,
You can like.
So I'm gonna talk over this just for the sake of continuing this, but
Yeah.
I'd love for your feedback on this. I'd love for you to answer.
That-
Well, it's a question. So how many of you think the game is this, real or AI? That's it. All right. How many of you think that video is real? And as in, I sat down and I created the video and I was in front of the phone recording. How many of you think it's real? How many of you think it's AI? How many of you have no idea? I'm not really explaining this. Okay, all right. So-
Yeah, it's like speaking.
AI? How many of you think it's AI? How many of you think that's real? How many of you don't know still? Okay. All right. How many of you think this is AI? How many of you think it's real? Don't know? Still? Okay.
Like audio.
I know.
It will, and I'm gonna go back. I'm doing this intentionally. How many of you think this is AI?
How many people get nauseous?
Okay. How many of you think it's real?
Going AI.
Okay. Same thing, AI? How many of you think? Real?
Yeah. She's not moving off.
Hold on. Watch her.
The lady sitting down.
Yeah, wait till she smiles real big here in a second.
Oh, okay.
She's just in wraps with me.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, that's not usually a funny eye. Want to prove the point. I am amazing. AI. Definitely, right? Remember you said that. Foreshadowing. AI. Real? Good thing. AI. Real?
That's a, that's a, yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
Obviously. Remember, all of you said this.
I didn't say I would be.
I said it for you.
So now you gotta-
AI. Real.
Real.
What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, you guys are really bad at this game.
Oh,
So, but I'm going to show you how to do this. By the end of this, you'll have, there's no gatekeeping on any of this. I'll show you how to do all this. It's not Sora, but
No.
Sora is interesting. It's just not ready. Sora is the new, so OpenAI is a company. ChatGPT is a product. OpenAI owns ChatGPT, and Sora is another product under OpenAI's umbrella. So it is a video content creation tool. It is really good, but it's not ready for limelight. It's still in the beta testing phase right now. It's got some limitations. And so I think 6 months from now, it'll be really, really amazing, but I'm going to show you some stuff in the meantime that's more amazinger right now, based on what I think the use case is for people in real estate. Okay. So this one's real. That one's real. It's AI, but I want you to look at it and really soak in the fact that it's AI. Okay. So that orange cooler over my shoulder is a cooler that was given to me by a real estate agent friend of mine. That's in my garage right now. This is a hotel in the Outer Banks in Kill Devil Hills. That's the setting for this. And this is a real place, but that's not me.
Okay.
So we'll unpack that as we go. That's not me.
Really mad. I just spent $2,000 having videos done of me.
This one's all right. You guys remember this one when she thought I was amazing? This one's AI too.
Yeah.
I said that.
Well,
You said the first is no.
you're clearly good at it. But the point is, I just want you to watch the mannerisms, the blinking. It's this is 100% AI generated. Okay.
You're not blinking.
I am blinking. I just don't blink a lot. I'm just so locked in all the time. But I'll blink. Making you what?
Making me angry.
All right. Now you guys were all in alignment on this. This is AI, right? Except it's not. This is a Zoom recording that's just clipped. That's why the quality looks different. But my point of throwing this in here is people have these preconceived ideas that like the eyes or the quality, none of the things you think are indicators are indicators. All of the things you are positive and assured about are completely wrong today. Okay.
Wow.
So I will help you unpack this. This is real. This one also real, except that's not real. That's AI. So, but again, watch the mannerisms, watch
How
the
many
movement.
fingers you got on that one?
5 fingers. It's like normal. You can look. You can look. And
They even have like a little bit of,
look,
on your head, like the light is.
I'll show you how to do that. Oh, I was trying to catch the fingers for you. My outdoors friend. What's your name?
Gosh.
Josh. All right, Josh. Count
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see what you're saying, Josh. So when it's at the bottom, it does look
It's
like.
like 7 or
I
something.
think because they're combined like this, so it looks like.
Yeah.
there's more thing.
But that's AI.
Oh, yeah.
What are we supposed to be looking for?
Nothing.
Detail.
There's nothing. There is absolutely no way that you can tell. That's the point of what I'm going to try to teach you this. I said it at the beginning and I'll restate it now. If you guys follow the steps I'm going to walk you through, the line between reality and AI gen should be indistinguishable. There should be no tells. There should be no giveaways. That's the purpose. That's real. That's real.
That's crazy.
Great. Yep. All right. So let's keep going. I'm going to come back to video, but I want to give you guys some like immediately plug and play sort of stuff that's going to change your life. And I'm not saying that's with hyperbole. This stuff that I'm about to walk you through with GPT, this is way more daily usable than the video content. I will unpack the video content in the last 15 or 20 minutes. Make sure you're good with it. But this is stuff that without really any extra effort, I'm going to change things for you really freaking fast. Okay. All right. I need somebody to give me an address on a listing that hasn't sold, that you would very much like to sell. Hold on, hold on, hold on. And I need you to be comfortable giving me the address of one of your peers. Okay. What is the address?
2005 Shenandoah Road. Raleigh. 27603.
All right.
No,
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why hasn't this home sold yet? All right. Have any of you done something like this? Okay.
no.
All right. So let's have an exercise together. So I've typed this in. What would you do next? This is not a trick question. I promise you. You guys are really good. All right. So I'm going to take that same prompt, and this is where things start to go, oh my God, how did I not know this? Okay. So I'm going to take that same prompt, and we're going to do something different. Any guesses as to what we're going to do differently? No, we're not. This is why I do this. Because a lot of people get hung up on, I need prompts. Give me the prompts, bro. I need the prompts. Prompts don't matter. Okay. Forget this whole call me, DM me for the 15 prompts in real estate. Worthless. You could totally do it, but it's worthless. And I'm going to show you why. So this gave me an answer. Or it will give me an answer when it finishes thinking. But this is the principle that I want to teach. Don't get stuck on the prompt. Get stuck on the principle. So within GPT, most of you are scratching the literal surface of what the tool can do. Okay. You're typing in a prompt, you're hitting enter, you're waiting for a response. This is the small tweak that is going to have massive changes to your life. This button right here that you probably haven't spent a whole lot of time exploring, click that. And for those of you who are on the $20 a month version, if you're in real estate today, I'm going to say this once and loudly. If you're in real estate today and you're serious about being a professional in real estate, you have got to spend $20 a month on an AI platform of choice. I don't care if it's GPT, I don't work for OpenAI, do whichever one works and serves you best. But if you're using a free version of an AI tool in this industry that is so freaking lucrative and also highly complex, you are doing a disservice to yourself and your clients. That is my opinion. That is not fact-based, but that is my opinion, and I'll prove it as we go. Okay. So if you have the plus version, it's $20 a month, no contracts. If it doesn't serve you in 30 or 60 days, if I convince you to upgrade to it and it doesn't materially change your business in the next 60 days, drop back to the free version and forget you ever met. Okay. But I am very confident that you won't forget me. So if you have the plus version, you can play along with me. But all I've done is I've selected the plus button. I'm going to turn on agent mode.
Question.
No.
Yours?
Fine. Okay. Go ahead.
Mine says I've got 40 left.
You do.
More available.
And I have 400. So the reason that yours is different than mine is because I have a version. So there's free plus pro. Free is free. That means it doesn't cost you anything. On the same page. Plus is $20 a month, and you get 40 credits of agent mode, 25 credits of deep research, and some other benefits. The pro version that I have is 10x everything. So it's 10 times the cost and 10 times the credit usage. I only do that because I do these workshops every day. So I would burn through the plus version, but the plus is more than sufficient for what you guys need. Okay. So let's hit enter with agent mode turned on, and I want to watch what happens. So we got option one over here. Okay. Fact check. Somebody back here gave me the. Is it you? Okay. Is it currently active? Originally listed at 420. Current price 374, 987. 5 beds, 3 bath, Pleasant Ridge Estates.
Right.
All that's right. Okay. So it's going to give me some answers, but I will offer that these answers are relatively vanilla. There's not a whole lot of There's not a whole lot of specificity, right? So this is a great example of the difference between how you guys are using ChatGPT today and what I want you to start doing after this class. Okay. So turning on agent mode takes off the JD level hat and turns on the PhD level hat, and it turns on a much broader and more robust level of reasoning and algorithmic access that's going to get more detailed, more data, and it's going to give you a much more robust answer. Okay. In your business, you need that. There are 2 times where I will use agent mode if I'm in your shoes. The 2 buckets. And I want this to run, and I'll explain what's happening there in the background, but I just want you to kind of see it while I'm talking. This is very important. Bucket 1 is reputation. If there's going to be something that you're going to ChatGPT for that is going to have an impact on your personal or your professional reputation, that's where agent mode gets turned on. Okay. The second is economic. If there's going to be an impact to your income or your client's income or revenue, that's where agent mode gets turned on. Okay. If I need to know the best taco place in Johnson County, I don't really need to turn agent mode on, right? That's type, enter. What's the answer? Cool. That sounds great. If I'm asking why hasn't this home sold and what are some strategies that I can employ in order to get it sold, that's where I would utilize one of my credits for agent. Does that make sense? That delineation between why am I turning it on? When am I not turning it on? Economic and reputational. Make sense? Any questions? All right, so let's talk about what's happening in the background here as I'm talking. So agent mode is not, it's coincidental for us, but it has nothing to do with real estate agent. Okay. Agent mode does not mean real estate agent. Agent mode just means that it is autonomous. What that word means is that it's acting on its own. I've set it to motion and it's doing its own thing without any input or influence from me. What you're seeing is on a server in one of OpenAI's server farms, it is accessing and creating a virtual desktop and it's working off of that server. So if your Wi-Fi went out right now, this would still be happening. If my laptop got a bullet in it right now, this would still be happening. This has nothing to do with what's going on in my machine. It's just giving me a view into what's going on back at the server. Okay. This is important. It's important for you to understand, even if you don't get all the lingo there. What that means is that you could set something in motion, leave, come back at a later point, and it's doing the work while you're gone, while you've turned your device off, while you've gone away from self-service connectivity. And agent mode is acting as a literal virtual assistant. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were raising your hand. So, an example of how to use agent mode, if you want to maximize your time, let's say you got a listing presentation that you're preparing for, and you could totally do this on your own. It's just a matter of time, right? Like sitting down, knocking it out, typing everything up. Maybe you're pulling together some resources that April provides you to do that listing presentation. But if you were to set it in motion in the morning and say, I got a listing presentation, I'm going to be trying to get business from 123 Main Street, put together a robust listing package and presentation for me, and then move on. It could take 5 minutes, it could take 5 hours, depending on the complexity. And I'm giving you a range. It can go longer, it can go shorter. But depending on the complexity of the question and how much research needs to be done in order to answer it accurately and with as much depth as possible, it will take as much time as it needs to do that thing. It's acting on its own. Okay. What it's showing me is all of the things that it's learning or reading or investigating in order to give me a good answer to the question that I asked. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So agent mode will go bananas. Let me give a couple of other examples and we'll kind of move through this relatively quickly. Okay. So I'm going to pull up a few other screens so we can let that run. Have any of you used it for like marketing plans or business plans? Okay, so what if someone that wouldn't mind volunteering, what would a prompt be in your previous experience with this?
Give me the next 90 days of content planning based on, this criteria of what I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm being.
That's fine. That's fine. So give me the next 90 days of content planning for my real estate business. I want to create some social media posts and direct to consumer marketing. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Easy enough. All right. Same thing. Let's just punch that. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to turn on agent mode and we're going to let these run in the background. And I want you to just kind of compare, contrast what this looks like. One thing that's interesting about agent mode too, is it will ask, like April did whenever I asked her, what do you do? And she said, well, what's the setting? If it's not clear on what my intent is, it will come back and ask clarifying questions.
Quick question.
Sure.
When you did the Think Pro, did you use personal or business?
Personal. Yep. And you want the plus version, the $20 option. Yeah. The Pro is $200 and it's more bandwidth than you'll need, most likely. Okay. All right. So I've already got the 90-day plan here, which is what you guys up to this point have seen. But again, not terrible. It's better than nothing. But I would say that most of you would not be overly impressed with the outcome based on this, right? All of you, I am positive, will be incredibly impressed when it's done creating a 90-day content calendar with agent mode turned on. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is one of those examples where this is not the most sexy conversation. I'm not like blowing your mind with like crazy stuff, but small tweaks. You're already going to the tool, you're already typing the prompt in, and just by simply one additional step, you've gone from what's a 1 out of 10 to a 9.5 out of 10 that fast. Yeah.
How long does it gonna take? Like,
Hours,
how do you
days,
situation where you give it a prompt?
days.
Oh, so let's say you have the
I'm a nerd.
presentation later at night.
Yeah,
You may show up at presentation and it's not ready.
that will never happen. For what you're describing, for what you're describing, that won't happen. When I say days, I'm asking like, I like astrophysics and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I'm like a nerd. I'm like a real nerd. So I have gone to actual physics symposiums to listen to speakers talk about astrophysics and like black hole theory and all this stuff. If you ask questions like that, it can take a lot. It can take a lot.
A good example that you brought up.
For real estate,
Right.
if you set it in motion 30 minutes before it's done.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you get super complex in your question, or you're trying to say, give me a business plan for 2026 and give me a daily activity list on 365 days, including a content calendar and video scripts, it's going to take a little bit longer. But if it's, I've got a listing presentation for 123 Main Street, in my experience, it's typically between 15 and 30 minutes that it takes to render that. Yeah, sure. All right, so there's content calendar 1, and we'll compare that to content calendar 2 when it's done. Now, this is a really good example. And this is still spinning because it's trying to create the graphic, and all of us are on Wi-Fi, so it's slowing down a little bit. But in this example, it took 4 minutes to render that, whereas this one was immediate, right? So why hasn't the home sold? One of the things that we need to let run is this, because this is where all of the actual breadth of the report is going to be, and I'll come back to it in a few minutes just to show you what it looks like. Okay. But I do want you just to understand what's going on, and same thing here. It's like trying to spin and like actually present to me what it's created on that server, and it's just because we're all on Wi-Fi. Okay.
Can you use it for running comps for like a listener appointment?
Yes. I don't care what your question is going to be. The answer is yes. I'm not trying to be facetious or funny. The answer is yes. And this gets back to what I said about forget the prompts. Don't worry about the prompts. Don't worry about can it do. How do I say? Just ask. Okay. And I'll continue to unpack that as we go. So we've got the 90-day plan. Okay. So let me just compare, contrast. We got option 1. Okay. And then we have agent mode turned on. And now we're breaking it down week by week with much more specificity, specific ideas, specific dates. It's just a much more robust offering, right? And if I were doing this for like a CMA or listing presentation, perhaps I want to actually download the document. I could download it as a PDF, and I could take this with me to sit down with the client. I could download the Word document if I wanted to put my own logo on it and just supersede the ChatGPT logo. And then it's, hey, I've come up with this content. I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with you. But agent mode will literally change the way that you interact with ChatGPT. Okay. Any questions about this? So all of you are going to think of something in the next 3 minutes. Can it do this? The answer is yes. I'll preempt your question. Can I use it for that? Can I use it for this? Yeah. Reputational, economic. If it's one of those 2 buckets, turn agent mode on. Okay. I will just quickly point out there's another feature here that you guys probably aren't using right now. And that is, let's just open up a new chat. That's deep research. So deep research is exactly what it sounds. I don't have to unpack what those terms mean too much. The delineation between agent mode and deep research is the following. Deep research is going to be backward looking, and it's going to identify data. So if there's something that you're trying to identify that's why didn't this happen, or why did this happen, or what's the deal with this, that's a static, non-malleable position, then go to deep research and say, dive as deep into this topic as you can and give me all of the information about the topic. Agent mode is something more forward-looking. It's autonomous. It's saying, I need to anticipate what's coming, or I need to build something for the future, or I need you to help me navigate this very complex situation I'm in today. The market is always evolving. The market is always dynamic. And so that's why agent mode is more useful for you guys in what you're doing, because you're working in the market that's constantly shifting, evolving, changing, adjusting, and so on. Make sense? So deep research, fixed information, agent mode, anticipating it. Good way to delineate between the 2. Okay, cool. Questions? All right, let's keep going. Are you guys enjoying this so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask these questions, as I said, not to, flatter myself. I just want to make sure that we're hitting the mark. I'm going to introduce you to a lot of threads. We're not going to go terribly deep on any of those topics, but I'm just going to introduce some ideas. And then on your own, I want you to go practice and figure out what served you best. Okay. So let's say in ChatGPT. And what I'd like to do now is show you how to, yes,
I do
please.
have a question, sorry.
Good.
So
Yes,
Chat GPT,
next question.
is that, is that just
It's the model.
that's the model?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I can, if I wanted to change the model, I can.
Okay.
When ChatGPT 5.0 came out, within the first like week, there was a lot of people that were like, I really missed the 4.5 model. And so you do have the option to go back and select different models. These are nerds, like super nerds like me, who like miss the personality that was built into it. But they've since adjusted it, and all the noise around 5.0 models gone.
Essentially, when you get a new update on your phone.
Yes.
Things are the same but different.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Same but different.
But it will default to the current model, just so you guys understand. If you wanted to get more geeky and like figure out which one does which better, you totally can. But for the purpose of real estate practice, I don't know that you'll ever necessarily need to change that.
Okay.
Is that fair? Yeah.
Question, how many different chats can you have going at one?
A million. I don't know the answer. I mean, literally until you break their server, which they're putting a ton of money into servers. So I don't know the answer, but I do these workshops all the time like this, and I stack, and it's good. All right, so here's something else I want to show you that's pretty cool. On a daily basis or weekly, with some regular cadence, are there any sets of data or information that you constantly find yourself seeking out each morning or each week? Anything at all? So let me give you an example to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So every morning for me, I have to know a couple data points in order to be effective in my job. Okay, I need to know what 10-year treasury is doing. I need to know what mortgage-backed securities are doing. I need to know what direction mortgage rates are moving, and I need to understand what direction the greater markets in general, stock and bonds, so just trading markets go. Okay. So the way that I previously would capture that information was a combination of the following: CNBC, podcast, mortgagenewsdaily.com. So I'm going to 3 different places in my morning routine to gather information to be effective in my job, so that when 8 o'clock starts, 9 o'clock rolls around, 9:30 the markets open up, I'm prepared to know what's going to happen today from a market standpoint, because that affects my job and it affects my ability to serve my team. Okay. If you guys don't realize you're doing that, I suspect that in some way you are doing something. There's something in your life that you're chasing down. It may even be something as simple as, do you read the Bible each morning, and are you looking for motivational information, right? That's an example of a daily habit routine that's built in. So one of the things that GPT can do that you guys probably don't realize is you can create automations that you can turn on at whatever specified cadence you want to turn on, and it can deliver information to you at a predetermined day and time in perpetuity until you turn it off. So let's do one as an example. Okay. So I'll focus on the business side, but understand the principle can be applied to anything. Let's say I would like, actually, you know what? Let's just give an instruction. Give me a daily report each morning at 5 a.m. of the current Johnston County real estate market. Include things like average days on market, sale versus list, inventory levels. What else is relevant?
Okay,
Median sales price.
Median sale price. What else?
You versus existing.
New versus existing, etc. Include anything else that you think would be applicable to this request. Cool. Catch all, right? So I've given it an instruction and I said, daily report 5 a.m. That's all. I'm not a coder, I'm not a technician. You don't have to mirror what I type in. If you say words differently, say a different word. It's going to figure it out. Okay. So all I'm going to do is hit enter.
No agent mode on that?
You don't need it. You can absolutely do it, but you don't need it. Especially again for the complexity. Because of this is not highly complex. This is just sort of like, go get the data and give it to me. I'm not actually asking it to think through a thing. So when you create these automations, they will stay on forever until you turn them on. Okay. they're delivered to you one of two ways, and perhaps two ways, depending on how you use the tool. Whatever email address you've registered with, that's the email that it will be delivered to. So every morning at 5 a.m., now I'm going to get an email with all of this information to my inbox. Okay. If you have the app downloaded on the phone, it will also give you a push notification, just like you got an email, or if somebody commented on a Facebook post, it'll pop up and say, hey, you got a notification. It will act in the same way. So automations are a huge time saver. Yeah, please. Good question. Two ways. One is in the chat box, hey, I'm done with that. Don't do that anymore. And even if like it's weeks later, that 5 a.m. thing, forget it. That's option one. The other option, which is a little bit more clicky, but if you want to be more specific about it, I can come in and I can just delete it here. And so it's in settings. So we go to settings, or excuse me, personalization, and then schedules, and then manage.
Can you upload, like, let's say
Yes.
it's a client, what?
You can ask the question, but the answer is yes.
So you can upload, I guess the answer is yes, but upload your client list and
Yeah.
say, also send this to 100 emails.
The answer is no.
Ah.
Because you would, so let me unpack the nefarious nature of this, because you're asking from a very genuine place. The reason it can't live outside the ecosystem, outside of your email, is because let's say that I don't like you, and I say, I want to create an automation to send 1 million emails every morning at 5 a.m. to you.
Oh.
There's nothing that would stop me from doing that other than breaking the law. So that's why this is in a closed silo. And it send an email to you that you then forward out through your CRM 100%. So if you wanted to send out a daily or weekly email, you could have it set up to send the fully written, typed up, graphic heavy email to your inbox. You could plug that into your CRM and then push it through your CRM, because in that CRM, you've already got permission or implied permission from those clients to communicate with, but you can't use GPT to push things to other individuals. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So, couple of things on the automation side, just from experience. Every executive gets some kind of daily briefing from their staff, and you guys, we in our respective businesses, to a small degree, we're running our own business. You guys would likely agree with that. So you may not have an executive assistant, but you do actually, if you're willing to pay $20 a month to hire him or her, okay, or it, whatever you want to say. But if you can put $20 into this thing and then create, what are the things that I need to be briefed on every morning to be an effective mom, dad, community leader, whatever those things are, I would build all of that into a single automation, only because it will be unwieldy if you have 10 different emails hitting your inbox each morning. And then you're like, oh, click, 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 click. It might be fun for 2 days, but as from someone who's done it that way, it's like, oh my God, I just don't want this anymore. So if you can stack them all into a single automation, each morning at X time, or each Monday or each Sunday, or whatever the cadence is, I deliver these things to me and include all of this information. Give me something motivational, give me something spiritual, give me a financial tip, give me something to run my business, tell me the data in Johnston County or surrounding markets, whatever that might look like, stack, 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 stack. And then you get one email, click on it, and it's all built out for you in that communication. Make sense? Any questions about that? Is that useful?
Yeah.
Okay, are we still pulling the right threads?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then we'll keep going. You're paying $20?
I said, you just taught me.
Yes, for that girl. All right, so I think you'll find, and the cool thing is no contract. So like if you don't dig it, if it doesn't actually help, just cancel it. Spend $20, try it, move on. All right, so let's go a little deeper into GPT underbelly that you guys aren't aware of. We're going to go back to settings, bottom left corner. If you're on your phone, top left corner, click on the menu and then select your profile again. So we're going to go to personalization. On the web browser, you're going to see apps and connectors. On your phone, you're going to see connectors. Okay. Got it? Everybody good? All right.
Personalization.
Who said you don't see it? Are you on the plus version yet? Oh, you're looking at my apps and connectors. Anybody else need help? Okay, cool. So,
Oh, man.
all right. So, again, So this is what we're doing with connectors. Okay. So let me give a couple of examples while you guys are picking your jaws off the floor. So this is a very important part of the conversation. So if I have bored you to death, come back to me for a minute. Let me try to earn it back. So connectors, like we're all familiar with this now. We try to log into a website and it's like, hey, do you want to sign in with Google? Do you want to sign in with Apple? Do you want to sign in with Facebook? Kind of same thing. What you're doing whenever you connect an app to a website or whenever you connect an app to ChatGPT is you're giving it indefinite permission to access that thing. Okay. So you guys all have to measure your own risk threshold about this. That is not for me to decide. I'm just going to tell you what the productivity purpose is, and then you can decide whether or not you're comfortable with it. Fair? So here's an example that I find, especially from my wife Nikki, who's very organized in a lot of ways, but her business being mom first, business second, that's kind of the way it gets sad. But she has to be professional in her business, right? That doesn't mean you be derelict. You gotta be dialed. But she's got a Dropbox and a Google Drive and a Gmail and all these different things from all these transactions come in all these different ways. And one gets sorted here and one gets stacked there, and then you put the other one here. Sounds like you, right? In every room that I do this in, somebody's like, so you're the me. But everybody in some way has had some experience like I'm describing. Okay. So if you connect, let's say you connect all these apps, I'll just give you an example. I'm going to give an incredibly vague request. Find me that appraisal. And now I'm going to hold my breath and hope that it works. But what you're going to see, I'm very confident, is it's going to go through the connected apps that I have, and it's going to try to find any appraisal or any document that's listed or identified as an appraisal. Okay. So if you've got it's already jumping into Google Drive and it's seeing what I've got over there. So what I would encourage you guys to think about is like, how should this help your business from a time saving standpoint if you don't have to go look in Dropbox and then Google Drive and then your email and then this other email? If you connected everything and you just went to GPT as the hub and said, go do this thing or go find that document, it will pull it back. And I'm kind of cheating because I did this yesterday in a workshop and it worked perfectly. And we'll just see. It's still working because this right here is moving. Again, I think it's just a Wi-Fi situation. Actually, let me refresh and just see if that catches up. No, I killed it. But this is something that I can like validate both personally and through my wife, who I've been doing this for 2 months ever since this update came out. This has been a big save for her, just being able to find client documents without having to remember exactly what platform it's in. Another example, because you can connect your calendar to it, is, hey, look at my schedule this week and tell me the right order to do all the things to maximize traffic patterns, minimize time in the car.
Yeah.
And like that like everything. If it's sitting on your calendar, it can stack in order for you. You should do this, you should do that, you should drive here, and it will map all that out for you. Okay. Oh, here you go. So I gave it virtually no instructions, and it found 2 appraisals. These are both properties that I have, but they're appraisals that are living in Google Drive from 2020 and 2021. Pretty freaking sweet, right? This guy loved it. I don't know. Okay. But that's a really cool example of how I think those connected apps can benefit you.
Do you have your email connected?
So good question.
Some of these are giving me anxiety.
I know. So I do, but the reason I kind of answer it with the nuance is this. I'll show you just so you guys all get it. So you'll notice that I have all my Google stuff connected. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back to this. It's like, I need to answer your question, but I saw a squirrel. So I don't have Outlook connected, which is what I use for movement. The reason that we don't is because we use Microsoft products for the security that it affords. I've got bank account information, social security numbers. I got all kinds of like really confidential stuff. So OpenAI is very robust in their security, but Microsoft has what's known as enterprise level security, which is like big company and they just put everything under lock and key. So we use Microsoft Copilot, which is built into our ecosystem. Copilot is built on the architecture of OpenAI. So I use ChatGPT through Microsoft Copilot to answer your question, April. That's how I have my email connected. The reason it's not connected on GPT and the reason I teach on GPT is because no one uses Microsoft. You guys all use GPT, right? So I trained this because it's more applicable to you, but I use it every single day. Sherry and I literally, before this thing started 5 minutes before, we were using our AI Copilot tool to unpack some reports that she'd received. And pretty cool, right? I mean, you just literally type it in, do this thing, analyze this report, give me this data, and it will do whatever you instruct it to do. Okay. So, but on the email side, another cool feature of this, you can totally go to Gmail and use the search function. But the nice thing with GPT is that if you connect all this stuff together, now I don't have to go to 5 different platforms. I can just say, I remember David emailed me at some point in 2017, go find that email, and it will do all the work for me.
If the email is deleted and like if it's deleted
As long
altogether.
as it's still on your account on the server, it can go get it. Yes, if you deleted it and then empty your deleted folder, that thing is like hardened now.
Right.
Like a multiple,
So that question has come up a lot. You got to pick one to connect to it. At the moment, you can't connect through a single GPT account, multiple email addresses.
Give you the app.
Yes, you pick which one you want to connect.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. The reason I saw the squirrel and got excited is because Spotify is not connected. So for you who enjoys to sing, if you wanted to connect your Spotify, you could also now instruct it to create a playlist for me and it will actually dump the playlist into Spotify. Prior to this update, it would give you the list of songs and then you had to go add songs individually. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of my DJing skills, but I've 4 years in a row I've DJed News Christian Academy's homecoming dance. I just say said that last Saturday.
I left that out of your bio and it
Include that first. It's a very impressive accolade. But literally what I do is I press play and then I press play and that's it. That's my DJing skill. So, but I was able to go to Spotify and just, again, a nice little hack. It would have taken me a couple hours to put together a homecoming playlist. In lieu of that, I went to GPT. I said, I'm doing homecoming dance. I need to create a clean version playlist for these News Christian kids. Make it for me. Dropped it in my Spotify, and then I was able to work. So it's really cool. The last thing I'll say is this: on this Connect app, you'll see that I have Zillow Connect. Watch this. Are we pro or anti-Zillow here?
Or, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, we're agnostic. Okay, we're Zillow agnostic.
I like that. I like that.
So this is how I'm going to use it, and I'm not suggesting that you guys use this for what I'm showing. I just want you to know consumers are going to start doing this if they're not already. The most tech savvy are. Okay, so I've connected Zillow. Let me just back up a step so you see exactly what I do. I'm going to go plus. I'm going to go add. I'm going to turn Zillow on. Okay, and this is the instruction I'm going to give it. Find any properties in North Carolina that have a river or a creek on the property and are under $1 million. Needs to have at least 10 acres. We have 5 acres, make it a little wider. Cool. So I turn Zillow on, and you guys, if you've ever used Zillow, I'm sure you understand this, but like, if you go to Zillow and you try to do a search like that, it's going to say, hey, you got to shrink the map, right? I can't search this big map. I got to shrink it down. And then with all the different MLSs that are available across our great state, you may not have access to an MLS in this area or in that area. And so you're reaching out to a friend, a buddy, and you're like, hey, can you run a search? Can you create a search for me? So the beautiful thing about this is it will identify across all of the MLSs and give you this result where you put in a certain set of search criteria, and it will go do that work on your behalf. Okay, make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So Sam Altman is the OpenAI CEO. In his last release that he just shared about 2 weeks ago, his vision of ChatGPT that is coming to fruition very rapidly is he wants ChatGPT to be the place that everyone starts their search, and then all these other websites are plugged into it. So that I wouldn't, as a consumer, go to Zillow to do a search for a home. I would go to ChatGPT, and Zillow would be doing the underlying work. But I'm going to ChatGPT to start that conversation. Same thing is, and you can see the apps in there: Expedia for travel, for vacation. So there's some other apps in there that are connected that will help you do studying if you're a student. There's all sorts of things that are getting plugged into this thing now. So what I need you to understand is that whether you're feeling good about this or not, AI is coming to your consumers, it's coming to your prospects and your clients. They're going to start seeing this, and they're going to stumble on this because someone somewhere is going to put it on TikTok, or they're going to see it from a friend. they're gonna start doing this, and it's, you need to know that this is happening before they get to you. Okay, make sense? Yes,
You connect an app if you don't currently have it on here.
Yeah, yeah.
so ChatGPT has to vet whatever they're plugging in, and there has to be architecture on the software side that one speaks to the other, but they are rapidly expanding. Like when this rolled out a couple of weeks ago, there were 3 options, and now I think there's like 28 or 29. It's going to exponentially grow over time.
Just an arbitrary question specific to this exercise. What's the advantage to adding Zillow to that? To, as opposed to just putting that prompt in?
Yeah, so it wouldn't access Zillow necessarily. It would not give me the same framework. So if I like, let's just let me show it like this.
Yeah.
Take the same prompt, just put it in, and I did not turn Zillow on.
Right.
It's not going to go to Zillow to do the search. It's going to look through the entirety of the internet and then bring me back whatever it thinks.
Yeah.
But it's
Including Zillow.
it will use Zillow as a source.
Yeah.
But it's not going to give me everything that I would see when I look at this. Now, just to give you an example, like I could click on the map. I can scroll through this as a list. I can click on one of these. And I'm still, you'll notice I'm still in ChatGPT land, right? So like, I haven't gone to a different website, but you'll notice these logos change because I've gone from one MLS to a different MLS, and I'm doing this search on ChatGPT, and I'm able to find all the things that I want to find across multiple MLSs without having to go to each one individually, or
Wow.
go to Zillow and shrink down to Western North Carolina and now Eastern North Carolina. And I just gave an example of North Carolina, but you could say, find me any properties on the East Coast within a 100-mile radius of the Atlantic Ocean that meet this criteria. The search criteria is incredibly broad.
Well, I mean, just to your point, I was sitting here thinking, we've been looking for lots for RV, and I really don't care where it's at. I just want to be on water. And so I literally spend time on Zillow, like around every body of water, just seeing if there's something available
Yes.
where I can put in the prompt in a ChatGPT,
Yeah.
find me a vacant lot
Yeah.
that also, okay.
The price of admission. And so I'll show you what this looks like when it's done, but it's going to look like the normal. It would look something like this. And it's just going to have like script versus like full on
Right.
UI interface that's really sexy. Cool.
So you have Zillow,
Zillow is connected out. Yeah, good question. Yep. All right. 2 things on GPT, and then we'll go to video. I was under the impression that we're here until approximately 1 o'clock. I'll try to wrap up a little early. Do we need to wrap at 12:30 though? I don't really know, Lisa. What do you think?
It's technically 12, but
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
no.
So,
yeah.
you guys, do you want to take a break and go get lunch and come back and eat? Yeah. All right, go do that. Go do that.
Just saying, but I'm good if they're good.
Yeah, go get food and I'll come back.
ChatGPT would actually.
What time?
So, I'm not there to study. Want to do a whole thing on this afternoon? I saw you on the video because I was in the car. But they were late. This is, I was watching a video.
Yeah, I'll see one too.
No, I. You want to say it first?
So
I mean, you know, audience.
And just yeah. Martin.
Like logging to real estate advising words. I think, everything I've posted. No, it's saying advising, everyone has put in there. So they have there's other, I can hear, I can't watch. I'm like, oh, I was able to. He's always using all your chat. You not give it to your person because you're not available. People have something about that. It's not, it's not, it's not. Anyway, that. You know, oh, yeah. Hang it in there. That is about, yeah, I did mine. Yeah. You know, yeah.
Like, if you and I.
Yeah.
Had about this
Yeah.
months ago. Say. You know,
You know, and the person right is what you are. You know what? He gave you that, no. I know, everybody admitted things like this, I care about them, great, showing all of it, yes, that, but they were friends with me, we give it a good ball. Our avalanche, they're not, she's just not about. Oh, so I don't know. Yeah, I know guys, and you know, how good. Yeah, I'm working on that. So I've been paying on that.
say.
I better stop. Look up like, don't get all these on this shop. Okay, sorry. Then I have all these different contracts I qualify. Yeah. You are.
It's like asking. Look.
Very.
Oh, yeah. But that's something that I would say, oh.
Well, but they eat I know, yeah.
Like, what I was saying, I thought.
They might acknowledge. Oh, Brent, this,
I'm surprised. So I come out. Conferences, we are, still, you know, I don't have any, sustainable pain, but. That's actually why I think I do. Need to Right. There's also a lot. I don't know. But I can't get the money. I'm nice. Some other got it. No, but I ask you for. Everybody gets. So that you're gonna have to spend what's my hand, say it was the I gave. He's just. Yeah. Serious. Something you take.
I hadn't considered it.
We're gonna take down. Yeah.
But, you know, my father. But I'm that's some of the sorry. Yeah. That's fine. That's why I was thinking about it. So you like to show outside of my room and you get what I have. They got my house.
One of them, 2 years later. Like all that to see what I think I told down. The told me when our stuff. You listen to the yeah, it's not one of those necessarily.
I got it. I think today, word for word, right. Right.
Yeah, so it's like, pay me $20. Absolutely. You get something. Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Yeah, good.
You ask me so much without like refreshing the
That's right. Oh, well, you know.
like chat. Are you sure you could talk about the show?
Oh,
I had two when it
Well,
when it
yeah, 2 weeks on our session on Zoom. House down, house and that. Actually, you know what? Well, what I'm gonna do is send it to me full time.
Okay.
But if you need your mouse, if you don't mind. So. Okay.
So, since I had to you, so the ones that I thought was real, that's actually actually. So. It's fine, they can be perspective of other things, I said. What did that talk about? I think everything gonna have, I don't know, I like giant. She'll come in and like. They like whatever, I'll just send it back in.
Yeah, it's out of there. Yes, I was like, I mean, I was not. Well, normally I do it for 90 minutes. I was told this from 10. I was anticipating. I don't think that. I don't need to. But this is. Hopefully it's gonna be.
But it's like, I just feel like it's just.
It'll be one thing. She don't cry. She does.
Oh, like. No, yeah. That, what is that, one make note, what you talk about that? So you get in there. Okay, now you go there. Yeah, but it's a very nice one, it's workshop.
No, it's funny.
Maybe. That's.
Pass it up at the chat.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, that is.
So I apologize for this back.
Yeah, well.
Well,
I don't want to like that.
So plus.
No, I mean, it'll be. Insurance.
I don't. Personally.
Yeah.
I was worried.
It's like you put it on your face. No, you know that.
Wait,
You take it down. That, done. And how can I do that? I leave to go. I have the idea. That bench.
Oh, what?
It'll be fixed. This is our.
There's such a fine line between wanting every bit of this and wanting anything with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think I got you. Yeah. So there's big channel. David, you're blowing my mind right now.
Good.
And I have to leave in like 20 minutes, make it very fast. But I did. I did, I literally picked out my video and $2,000 for the video. I'm explaining what due diligence means. I'm explaining what this is. I'm explaining that it's then you can make it.
It won't go by.
You should be able to get it. You'd be able to get back in, give it a little time. I was looking working because I've got emails where I'm like a contributor in a group and maybe got it.
Then it's Tyler.
Getting out, something else that I made up. But except that, okay.
Okay, we're gonna be ready today.
For those of you in here, you wanna go ahead and keep rolling? Alright. So, I'm gonna do this real fast because I wanna get a little bit to the video side before. I think some of you guys have to leave, and apologies for being wrong on the time frame. I kind
If we want to drag you back out here, we will.
I apologize. Alright, so the last thing I wanna show you in GPT is, a really cool, so somebody said earlier scripting. I don't know if whoever said scripting, you did, okay. So, let's look at GPT land real fast for the new chat. Alright, so, you got two buttons to the right that I seriously doubt many of you have ever even touched. So the first one is dictate, and we all know what that's about. So I'm just gonna talk, it's gonna pick up what I say, and it's gonna transcribe that into text, right? Really familiar with that, it's gonna throw it in there, whatever I say. So if I don't wanna type, I just wanna talk, I can do that. Super familiar with that. Are you incredibly impressed by that? Really? That's not impressive at all. Not about what you're compared to what you're about to see. So I'm gonna use my phone so I can kind of walk around. I would ask you guys, there's gonna be a lot of oohs and ahs. I'm trying to hold them in for a second because what I'm about to do is turn on what's known as advanced voice mode. And for plus users, in the latest release, OpenAI increased the allotment of time that's given to plus users. And the way that the verbiage reads in the release notes is a near unlimited amount of usage. So in other words, go until you break it, okay? It used to be a certain number of hours each month and they removed that. Yeah.
Using what? I'm sorry.
Advanced voice mode, and I'm about to demonstrate it. So the way you would get there is whether you're here on your laptop or on your phone, which is what I'm going to do. Let's just pull up a new one. So to the right here, you see use voice mode. I'm gonna do it on my phone. Don't press it on yours because it's gonna get really unruly in a second. But watch this. All right, what is the best taco place in Johnson County?
You're on a fucking hard in Johnson County.
All right, watch.
Miss Bill.
You know what? Forget it. I'm actually not interested in tacos. I really want cake. What is like the best place to get some cake in Johnson County? I'm pressing mute because as soon as I start talking, it's going to pick up whatever I said. So I'm hitting mute just so I can have a conversation. Okay. But watch.
Johnson County.
I want.
For example, you could check out Honey Bakery.
Doesn't matter what it said, right?
He's making a paper of variety.
You saw. So as soon as I start talking, it's going to listen because it's communicating to me like a human would communicate. And if you and I are having a conversation and I start talking over you, you're probably, oh, okay, let me stop, right? So she's listening right now, or he, or it is listening right now to everything I say, and it's waiting for a command. I haven't given you a command yet, have I?
No, you haven't given me a command yet.
So here's what we're going to do. So let's do some script practice. I want to kind of enter into some role playing here for my real estate business. I want you to be a home seller of a property that I have listed that hasn't sold. And it hasn't sold for a variety of reasons, but I'm going to sit down with you tonight and I'm going to try to convince you that we need to drop the price. So I need you to give me some objections that I need to overcome in order to be prepared for this meeting that I'm doing tonight. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's dive into it. I'm ready to be that home seller. Go ahead and pitch me on the idea of a price reduction, and I'll throw some objections so you can practice how to handle it.
Cool. So this house has been sitting for 97 days. The average days on market in your neighborhood is 37. I told you when I took this listing that we need to be priced at 350, and you were insistent that we priced it at 400. At this point, based on where the market is, we probably need to drop the price to about 340. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, from my perspective as the seller, I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna
Feel like
Okay. Because I want you to watch.
we put a lot of upgrades in, and I think we're just waiting for the right buyer. Maybe it's just a flea market.
How would you respond to that? Doesn't matter. I don't care. But I want you to think. Okay. So we're having a conversation, but let's play around with this. All right. You know what? You're actually like way too nice. This seller that I'm going to go sit down with is like super, super difficult. So no matter what I say, I need you to argue with me, and I need it to be like a really challenging conversation. Can you turn that up?
Absolutely, I can turn up the difficulty. Let's make this seller as stubborn as you need. I'll push back.
All right, cool. So listen, let's try this again. It's listed at 400. I need to drop to 340. That's where it needs to be if you want to actually sell this home. Are you on board with that?
Oh, let me be that super tough seller for you. Honestly, I don't think dropping the price makes any sense at all. I know what my home is worth. I've seen other houses sell for more, and
Right. You got some experience.
did that or waited a bit longer, we'd get that 400K.
Got it.
So no, I'm not on board with the price drop at all. Convince me why I should do that.
All right. Actually, I'm like super stressed out about this. I need you to be super nice. I'm a new agent. I have no idea. So I need you to be very agreeable. So let's try this again. It's listed at 400. I need you to drop it to 340. If we drop it at 340, I'm confident we can sell it in the next 30 days. Are you on board with that?
Of course, let's make it super supportive for you. As the seller now, I'm absolutely on board. If you think dropping the price to 340K is all.
All right. Advanced voice mode. Use it for scripts, use it for practice, use it for role playing. Another use case. I'm sure I know you guys get really great mentorship and coaching here with this association with this firm. But let's say that there's a particular real estate personality that you really enjoy, maybe Ryan Serhant, Brian Buffini, Tom Ferry, pick your poison, right? You could also say, in the vein of or in the style of Tom Ferry, I need you to coach me. I want to have a 30-minute coaching session. I need you to apply Tom Ferry principles to this coaching session and coach me as if you're my real estate coach. Go. Right.
Oh,
So you can apply other individuals.
Up to $20 for.
Exactly. So if it is good as Tom Ferry, absolutely not. No one would prefer it. But is it good to dabble and to sample it without actually committing to the long-term contract or whatever?
You get holiday too. You're getting
And the content, whatever is available publicly, whatever you put on YouTube, his website, Instagram, those are all sources.
Find it.
Those are all the sources, right? So we can capture all this, and I promise you, it's not doing it in real time. It's already done it. That's part of the training. That's part of the algorithm. And so all I'm doing is saying, all right, turn on your Tom Ferry brain, turn on your Brian Buffini brain, turn on your April Stevens brain, and then coach me. Okay. So those are all options that you can play around with.
Not till I turn on here.
So, all right, I'm gonna move off GPT because you have to leave imminently. You got like 10 minutes, okay? So I want to just quickly burn through some video stuff. I will tell you in 2 weeks on October 28th, this is all in the handout, don't worry about writing it down, but I'm gonna do a deep dive. We're doing this nationally. I'm doing a 4-part series starting next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's broadcast nationally to real estate agents in like all 50 states, and we've got ton of people signed up already, but the second session is going to be specific video dive. So I would say that the first session, you're welcome to join. You probably pick up a few new things, but it's not going to be revelatory. Sessions 2, 3, and 4 after this one are going to be super important for you. So I'll send it with the handout just so you've got it. But let's get into some video content. Let's just start here. Actually, I don't even know what this is.
What's the monthly subscription?
All of your friends who think you're the best, we're wishing you laughter, love, and some rest. So blow out those candles and make your wish true. Wendy, this day is all about you. Happy birthday, Wendy.
All right. So, there was a delay, right? There was a delay from sound and voice. That's only because I'm casting. If you guys wanted to come look over my shoulder, I can pull it off the big screen and it's synced perfectly. Okay. So, but anytime you're using casting to cast a video like that, there's always a slight delay, and I would have to calibrate it, and I just didn't take time to do it. So, but this is not what you guys are going to see. I'll take it off and I'll show you. Actually, let me just do it now, just to prove the point. But while you guys are all grabbing cake, I was sitting here doing this, and clearly I'm not wearing that t-shirt, and I didn't say any of these words.
Time. Listen now. Don't miss these great deals on a new Ford SUV. Hurry in and lease a Bronco Sport SUV for $399 a month. $499 a month with lease a Bronco.
All right.
Go back. You got to point it this way.
Cool. From all of your friends who think you're the best, we're wishing you laughter, love, and some rest. Okay. So blow out those candles and make your wish true. All right. So what?
Our technology works most of the time, and then,
It's okay. It's still.
Is it coming back?
yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah, you're good.
We just don't see on streaming.
Hi guys.
Yeah. As soon as you undid it, I was like, no, it's cool.
It's trying to-
You don't have to select anything on the second screen. Once he casts, it'll go back up. The
Okay.
other screen, the Zoom is still connected. It's just
Okay.
another.
Interesting to see it. We got FBI going on. All right, cool. Okay, so did not net.
Can we turn that one off if also it's not distracting? I get third, I'm like, I thought it was interesting. You already get third thing.
When in doubt, turn it off, turn it back on. All right, so we're gonna do that. I felt it's not a different way. That's it. Nah.
Got a USB, or you have a USB
I got HDMI.
or HDMI?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm gonna go so fast through this. I'll talk you through it and then I'll throw up my screen when I need to. Okay. So the platform, do not even try to take notes at this point. Just follow. Okay. It's gonna be on the step-by-step guide. I'm gonna do this really fast so that you ladies can get out on time and then everybody else can wrap. So the platform is called HeyGen. And what it does is it takes a real version of you. So you're going to record a real 30-second video of you, and it will then take that and convert it into anything digitally that like any scripting, any words, any conversation, which is what I was doing when you guys were grabbing cake. asked you what her name was, you said Wendy, and I just typed a quick script into GPT, gave me a script, I plugged it in, and it created that video for me.
What is it called again?
HN, HEYGEN.
Okay.
So, but again, don't try to take notes because you're gonna get burned out.
App or is
It's
it?
a website and it does have an app.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep. So, it's $39 a month. There's really no limit to how much you can create with it, but let me just kind of give you a couple of ideas on how to potentially use this thing. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. Option one, social media content. You can create videos and put it out on social media and try to like create another sales lead funnel for yourself. Option two, like April did, let me explain what an appraisal is. Let me explain what a home inspection is. Let me explain what these things are. These could be part of your library that you offer to your clients, to your clients under contract. It could also be an introductory video that you send out when a lead comes in and it's like, hey, I'm David. I wanted to introduce myself. I'll tell you a little bit about how I do work. You don't have to actually create any of these videos for yourself if you can stand to make a 30-second video that I'll show you how to do right now. Okay. Once you've done it, now you've got a library in which you can choose and put all sorts of video content out. So let me show you what I did while you guys are getting cake. So we're going to, and again, don't stress. You don't have to remember any of this. I'm going to help with the handout, but this is what you're going to do. This is what it looks like. There are very specific instructions that I normally go through at this point that I'm not going to give you for the sake of time. I just want to show you what it looks like, and then the handout will deconstruct it. If anybody wants to dabble in this, just call me and I'll help walk you through it individually. Fair? Okay. So I need a volunteer. I just need somebody who's willing to come up here for 2 minutes and talk about one of these topics. I was just kidding. She's the only one. The rest of us are currently sweating and stressed out. So, but this is the feeling that most people have whenever they're in front of a video or in front of a recording. The moment I ask that question in most rooms, everyone is like, hell no. Maybe, right? And that's the way we feel anytime you put the phone in front of yourself.
All the times I notice like everybody not raising their hand, not interact, so I'm always.
I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it, but I don't need a sacrificial lamb. I will be the sacrificial lamb. But I just want you to understand, like the power of this thing is that feeling that you just had biologically, I can take that off the table for you. So if you know you need to do video, if you ought to be doing video, if you feel like there's an opportunity in video, but you just can't bring yourself to do it, this is how you could potentially do it. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You could totally take one of those 6 options and just talk. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to make it even easier for you. Select I need a script. And you're going to have to give me about 35 seconds where I'm not going to be paying attention to you guys. You're going to see what happens. I need to look at the camera because whatever my mannerisms are in this recording is what's going to be captured with this version of me. Okay. So if I'm looking left and I'm looking right, it's going to be, the video is going to be, hey, John, but John's supposed to be here, right? So like, I'm going to look at the camera. Yes.
So would you suggest statue in it?
No,
Or
not
would
at
you suggest mannerisms for hand?
What? Okay. And I'm going to go newscaster mode here. You ready? Is anybody else nervous? Hello. I'm feeling confident and relaxed right now. The lighting is good and my pronunciation is clear. This process is enjoyable, right? Right, guys? I'll smile and include natural and general hand movements. But the beauty of what I'm actually doing right now is that none of the words on the screen matter. I don't have to say any of the words. They're there as a guide. But all that's happening is picking up my inflection, it's picking up my voice, picking up my mannerisms. Everything that's happening right now is going to be captured in this digital version of myself so that the next time I go to do a Wendy happy birthday, I could select this one and this is what it's going to look and sound and feel like. Okay. This is me staring again. Right. So, done. Now let's go back while that's uploading. And I just want to give you a quick crash course on how perhaps to do some of these things. So I think 90-day content calendar, this is something that we said, but let's go even further and let's go, okay, give me a 90-day video script calendar. Start with giving me one script for a video about why now is a great time to buy a home in Johnson County. Give that to me now. All right. So I'll get my script. I'm going to create a video. I'm just gonna select any one of these avatars that I've created. You definitely are gonna want to create more than one because you're gonna want some visual variance and like what you look like. You don't want it all to be the same place in the same suit, the same outfit. You don't have to be brooding like me in some of these, but we'll pick that one because it's the first one there.
Can it change your outfit or no?
It can. It doesn't look as good as if it's
Yeah.
recorded from a real video, but it can. You can change the background with AI. You can change your outfit with AI. You can kind of change what you look like with
But
AI.
before you change it, is that alter the,
For me, so I lean into I want it to be as authentic as it can. So for me, so like this is like I like have almost a black eye from like a training accident last night. I always hurt myself from stupid stuff that I do. So like this version of me, I'm gonna remember this like black eye. I've got one where I have like a scratch on my face where I was training for ice climbing and the pick came off and I was like, oh, I gotta record one. That's an awesome. It didn't scar, but it looked amazing for like 3 days. So whatever you look like, that's for me. That's what I wanted to appear. Okay. So let me go find my script. I think I threw it here. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Give me this in text only so I can copy and paste. Because what it did, and this is a great example of like, don't throw things out if it doesn't nail the first time. I wasn't clear in my intent. It gave me a script and it gave it to me with like, this is how we're going to build the video. But all I want is the script, right? All I want are the words. So I should have been more clear, but now I got it. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to drop it into this. Generate video, done. 5 minutes, I got a video. Okay. And that's all I did with this one that you guys saw for the birthday for Wendy. Okay. So I know that was lightning fast. The step-by-step will help break it down. If you want to get a more in-depth, slower view on this, October 28th at 1 p.m. on Zoom is when I'll be doing the next one. But what I just went through very quickly is how you guys would then deploy this. So let me give you some real world examples. We have like 75 days left in the year. Let's say that once a week you want to put a piece of video content out there. So you could go to ChatGPT, turn on agent mode, because this is kind of a big deal for your business potentially. Give me a video a week through the end of 2025. Give me in equal parts videos about real estate, videos about lifestyle in Johnson County, and videos about family-friendly activities in and around the area. You'll probably want to record 2 to 3 digital versions of yourself, different outfit, different background, different location, just to increase the visual variance. Record that and then drop in scripts as needed based on what your desired output is. And then you can post it, you can text it, you can email it, you can send it to your clients directly. But at least you're getting video content. Cool? Yes, ma'am.
If you do what you just said and the scripts come up, will the scripts be saved in ChatGPT and how can you find them easily?
I'm going to give you a quick answer and then I'm going to bring it to a conclusion. So it will always find it. You might not be able to remember where you put them. So a suggestion is when you're in PT, and this is part of my handout, but this new project right here that I'm hovering over, if you select this, let's go 2025 video marketing plan. Anything that I'm doing on a particular topic, I can create basically projects or folders for it. And I won't go into great detail here, but by clicking the 3 ellipses, I can add instructions. And those instructions can be, you're going to be my video content creator in this project. And it doesn't matter that I'm a stud, they'll figure it out. Okay. So I can give it instructions to say, here's the purpose of this project. And then everything that I do, if I'm disciplined enough to go there, I just go to the project and continue to communicate in there. A really good use case of this is, let's say you've got 5 deals under contract. Each one of those 5 deals could have its own project, and all of your documents, all of your communication, all of your interaction could be on each one of those 5 projects for 123 Main Street, 978 North Street, what have you. And all of that lives within those projects. That's not to help GPT out because it's got more elasticity in its brain than we do, but it helps me be more organized to go back to find what I was working on. Does that make sense? So that project is a cool little hack for it. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring this to a close. You guys are welcome if you want to stick around a few minutes and see it when this video is rendered. It won't take much longer, but I'll be done talking by the time it's done. So first question, and these I'll be done in 90 seconds. Was this useful for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Second question, do you feel like it's fair for me to ask for something in return on this? It's really simple. And even if you don't think so, I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So here's the reciprocity. The only reason I do these is I want to support my loan officers to get close to real estate professionals who we might be able to do business with. That's it, fully transparent. That's the reason I do this. So my ask of you is, no matter who's already in your rotation from a loan officer perspective, if you felt like today was useful, if you don't have Lisa's contact information in your phone, please get it and give us a shot at talking to your next buyer. If we drop the ball, if Lisa doesn't convert it, it's on us. Like no foul there. I would just ask, if you felt like this was useful and that's a fair request and a fair trade, just give us an opportunity to talk to the next buyer. Let Lisa do her magic. I'm so confident in her ability to get it done that even if we don't win the deal and are able to close it on your behalf or with you, I know that she'll at least make you look good in the process. Okay.
And I'll give her 5 stars personally. We use her on our team and she always does excellent.
Thank you.
And I just want to shout her out for being such a great supporter of the school.
Yeah.
Done a lot to help sponsor lunches and classes, so thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna promise you, we're gonna have you back now.
Okay.
That's what I do. I don't mind.
Yeah. So I'll wrap with this. I'm going to send a handout to one person, and that one person is Lisa. So if you don't have her information or she doesn't have yours, you're not going to get it. And I think you want to get it. So before you leave, make sure she has your contact information or vice versa, because I'm sending it to her and she is the gatekeeper from now on. So anybody who wants it, make sure you've got her cell phone or email address and she'll get it to you. But in that handout, it will be step by step on everything we covered. And I'll also include the Zooms that are coming up starting October 21 through the next 4 weeks, so that you can sign up for those on any of them.
Is there anything, and like, so this is kind of getting, I mean, I feel like when you say break through a fire on this, is there anything that we could bring you back that you, if I said, okay, David, I want to bring you back for one of these things, to get more granular on, what would you? So what would one thing that you would say, okay, this is one thing that I would say you guys dig in more.
The video creation is actually one that most people feel super intimidated about. That I do workshops that are an hour long solely on video creation. And I literally have everyone walk through on their own device how to do it, so that by the end of it, you've already gone through some of you shortcutted all the learning mistakes that I would have otherwise made. And by the end of it, people are able to then have something that they can immediately plot. So I think that's probably the lowest hanging fruit.
Okay.
There's some other higher level things that get into like
the idea of the assistant, like more
yeah,
digging into how to use right now.
you totally do that. That is another one, getting more adept at using the automation functions and some of the things that it can do on your behalf. But video is always an easy one too.
Is hey Jen?
Yeah. Did you have
39.
$39? Is there anything else that we need to do as a group before we wrap? I'm done. Lisa, yes.
Do you have the results of Jennifer's question about the house and so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, all right.
Yeah, here you go.
I just thought it'd be nice for them to kind of get an idea.
Yes. Yeah, because I hate
You
videos.
can download a PDF, Word, copy and link to share.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Are you guys good otherwise? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Make sure you get some cake.
Yes. Don't you worry. I'm so excited about
Make
it.
sure y'all get cake if you want some.
So excited about the videos.
Thanks, and I need to.
No, the recording.
No, which one?
Yeah.
That's why.